Did you know that over 34,000 older adults in the US lose their lives each year because of a fall? It's shocking. But what's even more surprising is that many of these tragic incidents begin with something as simple and as silent as a leg cramp. Now picture this. You're deep asleep when suddenly a sharp pain shoots through your calf like a bolt of electricity. Your leg stiffens, locks up, and refuses to move. In that moment, you're not just in pain, you're completely helpless. And for many people over 60, this isn't just an occasional annoyance, it's a nightly struggle that steals rest, peace, and eventually their independence. So what exactly is happening inside the body as we age? And why do our legs seem to betray us, often without warning? One of the most overlooked yet powerful changes that comes with getting older is a condition called sarcopenia. It's the gradual and natural loss of muscle mass and strength, starting as early as our 30s, and accelerating significantly after the age of 60. At first, the signs are subtle. Maybe you find it a little harder to get up from a low chair, or your legs feel a bit more tired after walking the same distance. But over time, that slow decline adds up. Sarcopenia doesn't arrive with fanfare. It doesn't announce itself loudly. Instead, it creeps in quietly year after year until one day you realize that stairs feel steeper, your steps feel slower, and your legs no longer carry you with the same confidence they once did. But muscle loss is only part of the story. As we age, our bodies also become less efficient at absorbing and retaining essential minerals like magnesium, potassium, calcium, and vitamin D, all of which play a critical role in how our muscles function. These nutrients help muscles contract and relax properly, support nerve signaling, and maintain hydration in muscle cells. When they're lacking, which happens far more often than most people realize, the result is often leg cramps, stiffness, and unexplained weakness. And let's not forget one of the simplest yet most common issues among older adults, dehydration. With age, the natural sense of thirst becomes dull. Many seniors drink far less water than their bodies need, either because they forget or because of medications that increase fluid loss. But when the body is even mildly dehydrated, it throws off the delicate balance of electrolytes that keep muscles functioning smoothly. The result? Nighttime cramps, twitching, or that sudden overwhelming sense that your legs just don't want to move the way they used to. All of these changes, the loss of muscle, the lack of nutrients, the hidden dehydration, don't usually happen all at once. They unfold slowly, silently, which is exactly why they're so dangerous. Because by the time most people notice something is wrong, the decline has already taken hold. But there is good news. These processes, while natural, are not unchangeable. With the right nourishment, the right daily habits, and just a little bit of intention, your muscles and your legs can stay strong, steady, and dependable for years to come. And the best part? The solution doesn't require anything fancy. In fact, it starts with the food you choose to eat each day. And here's where things start to spiral. Not suddenly, but silently. You see, when the muscles in your legs become too weak to support you properly, a simple misstep, a small slip on the kitchen floor, even just getting up too quickly from the bed can lead to something much more serious, a fall. And while many people think of a fall as just a bruise or a scare, the truth is, a single fall can change the entire course of a person's life, because what usually follows isn't just physical pain, it's the loss of freedom. When someone over 60 falls and breaks a bone, especially the hip or pelvis, they're often admitted to the hospital. From there, days or even weeks in a hospital bed can lead to rapid muscle wasting, especially in the legs. The body grows weaker from lack of movement, and the person becomes less confident, more fearful, hesitant to move. What used to be simple, getting dressed, walking to the mailbox, climbing the stairs, now feels overwhelming. This leads to reduced activity, which causes even more muscle loss, more stiffness, slower reflexes, and unfortunately, a much higher chance of falling again. And so the cycle continues. Fall, hospital, weakness, fear, fall again. It's a quiet domino effect that happens in too many lives, often without anyone realizing it, until it's too late. But the damage isn't just physical. Emotionally, the impact can be just as devastating. When independence is lost, many seniors begin to experience loneliness, frustration, even depression. The mind starts to doubt the body stops trusting itself, and little by little, that vibrant, active spirit begins to fade. It sounds heavy, And it is, but it's important we talk about it because this isn't about fear. It's about awareness, about understanding what's truly at stake, and more importantly, what we can do to stop it. And as you'll see in just a moment, there are simple, powerful ways to nourish and protect your legs, starting with what you put on your plate each day. But here's the part that brings hope, and it starts in the simplest, most familiar place, your kitchen. While aging and muscle loss may be part of life's natural course, how we respond to those changes can make all the difference. Because the truth is, you don't need a cabinet full of pills or a stack of medical bills to start feeling stronger, steadier, and more in control. In many cases, the answer lies not in prescriptions, but in your plate. Decades of research have shown that certain foods, rich in key vitamins, minerals, and natural compounds, can actively support muscle strength, reduce cramping, and even improve balance and coordination. These nutrients don't just feed your body. They nourish the very systems that keep you upright, moving, and independent. And the best part? These aren't exotic or expensive ingredients. Most of them are everyday foods, things you've walked past in the grocery store 100 times, or maybe even have in your pantry right now. When chosen and used wisely, they can act as natural medicine, helping your muscles stay resilient, your nerves stay sharp, and your legs carry you confidently through the day. So if you've ever wondered whether something as simple as what you eat could truly make a difference in how your body feels and functions, the answer is a quiet but powerful yes. Let's take a closer look at 13 remarkable foods, each one with a unique ability to protect and strengthen your legs from the inside out. Now that we understand what's really happening inside the body and what's at stake if we ignore it, let's talk about what we can actually do. Because the most powerful changes don't always come from big, complicated solutions. Sometimes they come from small, quiet choices made consistently, like what we choose to eat each day. So now, let's walk through 13 simple everyday foods. Nothing fancy, nothing far-fetched, that can make a real difference in how your legs feel, move, and support you. These are foods you can find in any local store, and they've been shown to relax tight muscles, nourish aging tissues, improve circulation, and protect your strength from the inside out. We'll start with the most urgent and foundational support, the minerals your muscles rely on to stay calm, responsive, and free from painful cramps. These nutrients are often the first to slip through the cracks as we age, but with the right foods, they're also the easiest to restore. Let's begin with something incredibly simple, yet deeply powerful. Spinach. This dark leafy green might look ordinary on your plate, but inside every leaf is a dense collection of nutrients that directly support muscle strength, circulation, and nerve function, the three pillars of keeping your legs strong and steady. One of the most important minerals found in spinach is magnesium. This mineral plays a central role in over 300 enzymatic reactions in the body, many of which are involved in how your muscles contract, relax, and recover. Think of magnesium as a natural regulator. It prevents your muscles from staying in a contracted state, which is exactly what happens during a cramp. Without enough magnesium, calcium floods into muscle cells and locks them into a tight, painful spasm. That's why people who are low in magnesium, especially older adults, are far more likely to experience nighttime leg cramps, stiffness, or muscle twitching. But spinach doesn't stop there. It's also an excellent source of potassium, an essential electrolyte that works alongside magnesium to balance fluids in and around your muscle cells. Potassium helps generate the electrical impulses that trigger muscle movement when potassium levels drop, whether from dehydration, medications, or age-related kidney decline. The nerves controlling your muscles can misfire, leading to spasms, shakiness, or even weakness in your legs. Another quiet but vital compound in spinach is natural nitrate. This isn't the processed kind found in deli meats, but a plant-based version that your body converts into nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is a vasodilator, meaning it gently widens blood vessels, improving circulation throughout the body. For aging legs, this increased blood flow means more oxygen and nutrients reach the muscles, while metabolic waste is cleared out faster. That helps reduce fatigue, heaviness, and the slow recovery that many older adults feel after walking or climbing stairs. Additionally, spinach contains vitamin K, a key player in blood clotting and bone health. For people at risk of falls, having enough vitamin K ensures that even minor bruises or tissue damage are repaired efficiently, and that calcium goes where it should, into your bones and muscles, rather than accumulating in the wrong places like arteries or joints. What's truly powerful about spinach is that all of this comes in such an easy-to-use form. You don't need to overhaul your diet. A handful of spinach added to your scrambled eggs, stirred into soup, or blended into a smoothie can deliver meaningful benefits, especially when eaten regularly. And because it's so gentle on digestion, it's well tolerated, even by those with sensitive stomachs. So if you're looking for a first step, share the foundation to begin strengthening your legs and calming those nighttime cramps. Spinach is not just a vegetable. It's a natural remedy available every day, just waiting to help. Now that we've covered the green powerhouse of muscle relaxation, let's move on to a tiny seed that's often overlooked, but delivers a mighty dose of healing minerals for tired legs. Now that we've explored the soothing, muscle-relaxing power of leafy greens, let's turn our attention to something smaller, but no less mighty. Pumpkin seeds, often overlooked and tossed aside after carving a jack-o'-lantern, are actually one of nature's most concentrated sources of the exact minerals your muscles and nerves rely on every single day. Inside just a small handful, about an ounce, pumpkin seeds deliver an impressive dose of magnesium, often considered the gold standard when it comes to relieving muscle tension and preventing cramping. As we shared earlier, magnesium acts like a gatekeeper in your muscle fibers. It controls how calcium moves in and out of the muscle cells. When magnesium is sufficient, calcium comes and goes as needed, allowing muscles to contract and relax smoothly. But when magnesium is low, which is true for up to 60% of people over 60, calcium floods in, gets stuck, and the muscle locks up painfully. That's when you feel that sudden cramp that takes your breath away. But pumpkin seeds don't stop at magnesium. They also contain a generous amount of zinc, a mineral that quietly supports the repair and rebuilding of muscle tissue, especially after daily wear and tear. Zinc is critical for protein synthesis, which is how the body maintains lean muscle mass. And for older adults who naturally lose muscle over time, keeping zinc levels optimal can help slow that loss and improve recovery after movement. Even something as simple as climbing stairs or standing from a chair. What's more, zinc works hand in hand with magnesium to support nerve signaling, the invisible connection between your brain and your muscles. If that signal is weak or delayed, your legs may not respond the way you expect them to. You may feel unsteady. You may feel like your body isn't quite listening. But with enough of these two minerals, that connection stays sharp, responsive, and reliable. Pumpkin seeds also contain manganese and copper, two trace minerals that help build antioxidant enzymes. These enzymes protect muscle fibers from inflammation and damage over time, especially damage caused by oxidative stress, which increases naturally as we age. And let's not forget iron. While not as rich as meat sources, pumpkin seeds still provide a modest amount of plant-based iron, which helps oxygen travel through your bloodstream to fuel tired leg muscles. Especially important for women over 60 or anyone recovering from illness or fatigue. The beauty of pumpkin seeds is that they're incredibly versatile. If chewing is difficult, perhaps due to dentures or jaw pain, you can grind them in a small coffee grinder and sprinkle them over oatmeal or soup. If you prefer a softer texture, soaking them in water overnight helps release enzymes and makes them easier to digest. And for best absorption, pair them with a source of vitamin C, like a few slices of orange or a piece of bell pepper. This simple trick can increase zinc absorption by up to 20%. It's also worth noting that gently roasting pumpkin seeds preserves most of their mineral content, while excessive heat, like deep roasting or frying, can destroy some of the delicate compounds. So when in doubt, keep it simple. Raw or lightly toasted is best. If you're wondering where to begin, this might just be it. A handful of pumpkin seeds a day, about the size of your palm, could be one of the easiest and most affordable ways to care for your legs. No prescriptions, no side effects, just nourishment in its most natural form. So next time you're reaching for a snack, skip the chips. Choose something that loves your muscles back, and when you do, I'd love to hear from you. If you've ever tried pumpkin seeds as part of your routine, or if you're giving them a try after this video, leave a comment and share your experience. Your story could be just the encouragement someone else needs to take their first step. As we continue exploring natural, nourishing ways to care for your legs, we now turn to a food that brings both comfort and power to the table: sweet potatoes. More than just a tasty side dish, sweet potatoes are a rich, grounding source of two of the most essential minerals your muscles need to function properly: magnesium and potassium. These two nutrients form the foundation for calm, responsive, and well-balanced muscle activity. And sweet potatoes bring them together in a form that's not only nutritious, but also incredibly gentle on the digestive system, especially for older adults. Let's take a closer look at how this humble root vegetable supports your legs from within. First, magnesium, as we've seen, helps relax tight muscles by regulating how calcium behaves inside your muscle fibers. When calcium stays in a muscle too long, it causes prolonged contraction, which leads to that familiar tightening or cramping sensation. Magnesium tells the muscle, it's okay now, you can let go. A single cup of cooked sweet potato provides around 27 milligrams of magnesium. And while that may not sound like much in the context of a balanced meal, it's a valuable contribution to your daily needs, especially when combined with other magnesium-rich foods. But what makes sweet potatoes truly stand out is their high potassium content, roughly 448 milligrams per cup. Potassium works like an internal electrician, maintaining the electrical balance that allows your nerves and muscles to communicate properly. Low potassium, a common issue among seniors, especially those on diuretics or blood pressure medication, can cause muscle weakness, twitching, and painful nighttime cramps. By replenishing potassium through whole foods like sweet potatoes, you help restore that electrical balance naturally, without risking the spikes and crashes that can come from supplements or processed sources. Sweet potatoes also provide a steady stream of complex carbohydrates, the kind that fuel your muscles with sustained energy without the blood sugar roller coaster that white bread or sugary snacks can cause. This matters more than most people realize. When your blood sugar crashes, your body compensates by releasing stress hormones like adrenaline and cortisol, which can lead to electrolyte imbalances, especially in the muscles. That's why meals that stabilize energy, like one including sweet potatoes, can be a quiet yet powerful way to protect your legs. Unlike regular potatoes, sweet potatoes have a lower glycemic index, which means they release energy slowly and help avoid sudden spikes in insulin. This is particularly helpful for people managing diabetes or insulin resistance, both of which are common in the 60-plus age group and can worsen muscle fatigue if left unchecked. Another often missed benefit lies in the skin of the sweet potato, which contains a higher concentration of minerals and antioxidants than the flesh. When cooked properly, by roasting or steaming, the skin becomes tender and easy to digest, adding both texture and nutritional depth to your meal. And here's a bonus. Sweet potatoes are rich in vitamin C and beta-carotene, both of which help reduce inflammation in muscle tissues and support collagen production, the very structure that helps muscles and tendons remain strong, elastic, and injury-resistant. So how should you enjoy them? One of the simplest ways is to roast them in the oven, skin on, with a touch of olive oil and cinnamon, which not only adds warmth and flavor, but may also help improve insulin sensitivity. For those with sensitive digestion, baking or slow roasting helps break down fibers, making them easier to absorb. You can also mash them, cube them into soups, or even slice them into wedges and air fry them for a satisfying, nutrient-packed alternative to fries. And remember, consistency matters more than quantity. Even just 1 or 2 servings a week can begin to restore the minerals your legs need, especially when combined with other supportive foods. So if you're searching for a comforting, healing food that's easy to cook, easy to digest, and genuinely good for your muscles, let sweet potatoes become a regular guest at your table. If you've never tried them this way before, give it a go. And if you already love them, let us know in the comments how you enjoy yours. Your small habits might just inspire someone else to take their first nourishing step. From the warmth of sweet potatoes, we now move to a fruit that's just as comforting, but often underestimated when it comes to muscular health: the simple banana. Bananas are often seen as a grab-and-go snack, a quick energy boost, or something to toss into your morning oatmeal. But what many people don't realize is that this soft, yellow fruit is one of the most effective natural remedies for leg cramps, especially those that strike in the middle of the night. The reason lies in its impressive content of potassium, a mineral that your muscles depend on to function smoothly. A medium-sized banana contains around 420 to 450 milligrams of potassium, making it one of the most accessible sources of this vital nutrient. But what does potassium actually do? To put it simply, potassium helps regulate the electrical impulses between your nerves and muscles. Think of it as the body's wiring technician. When potassium levels are steady, your muscles receive clean, clear signals that tell them when to contract and when to release. But when potassium drops, which can happen easily due to age, certain medications like diuretics, or even mild dehydration, that electrical flow becomes erratic. The result? Sudden cramps, twitching, or even temporary muscle paralysis in the legs. What makes bananas especially helpful for older adults is that the natural sugar content helps potassium absorb faster, especially when eaten at the right time, ideally about an hour before bedtime. This timing creates a mineral buffer during the hours when cramps tend to strike most often. Late at night or early morning when circulation slows and the body enters deeper stages of rest. But there's more. Bananas also contain magnesium, though in smaller amounts than spinach or pumpkin seeds, as well as a good dose of vitamin B6, which supports neuromuscular communication and helps reduce nerve irritability, another common trigger for nighttime leg cramps. To enhance the cramp-fighting benefits even further, try pairing your banana with a small spoonful of nut butter, such as almond or peanut butter. The healthy fat helps slow down the digestion of sugar, allowing potassium to be absorbed gradually over time rather than all at once. This can extend the muscle protective effect throughout the night. For those who find eating raw bananas boring or repetitive, consider freezing them and blending into a creamy, naturally sweet dessert. It feels like a treat, but it's medicine in disguise, working quietly to protect your legs while you rest. And if bananas aren't your favorite, don't worry. Other potassium-rich options like dried apricots or coconut water can provide similar benefits. The key is consistency, finding what works for you and making it a small, enjoyable part of your routine. If nighttime leg cramps have been stealing your sleep, or even just making you feel less steady on your feet, try this tonight. 1 banana, an hour before bed. No fuss, no pills, just nourishment, the way nature intended. And if you give it a try, I'd love to hear how it works for you. Leave a comment below to let us know, because sometimes the smallest habits lead to the biggest changes. And your story might just be what inspires someone else to take their first step towards stronger, steadier legs. So far, we've explored the foundational minerals that help keep your muscles calm, steady, and cramp-free. And that's an essential first step. But strong muscles alone are not enough, because behind every confident step you take is an entire structure of bones, tendons, connective tissues, and immune cells working together, often in silence, to hold your body upright and protect it from harm. And just like muscles, these parts of the body also weaken with age if we don't give them the support they need. That's why our next group of foods focuses on strengthening the deeper framework that supports your legs. The bones that bear your weight, the collagen that keeps your joints flexible, and the immune responses that help your body recover and rebuild after strain. Let's take a look at the foods that nourish not just your muscles, but everything that holds them in place, starting with a familiar favorite that's rich, creamy, and quietly powerful, Greek yogurt. At first glance, it might seem like a simple snack, but behind its creamy texture lies a potent combination of high-quality protein, easily absorbed calcium, and beneficial probiotics, all working together to support the deeper structure that keeps your legs moving, your bones, connective tissues, and recovery systems. Let's start with the protein. Greek yogurt contains nearly twice the protein of regular yogurt, about 15 to 20 grams per 6-ounce serving. And most importantly, it's rich in an amino acid called leucine. Leucine plays a key role in something called muscle protein synthesis, the process your body uses to build and repair muscle fibers. And research shows that older adults often need more leucine than younger people to trigger that repair process effectively. Simply put, the protein in Greek yogurt helps slow and even reverse the age-related muscle loss known as sarcopenia, especially when consumed after physical activity or at meals when your muscles are most in need of nourishment. But it doesn't stop at muscles. Greek yogurt is also an excellent source of calcium, a mineral essential not just for strong bones, but also for proper muscle contraction. When calcium is low or poorly absorbed, your muscles may feel weak, jittery, or prone to cramping. The calcium in yogurt is highly bioavailable, meaning it's easy for aging digestive systems to absorb, especially compared to many calcium supplements, which are often harder on the stomach. And then there's the bonus benefit, probiotics. These beneficial bacteria help maintain a healthy gut environment, which is where nutrient absorption begins. A well-balanced gut means less inflammation, better immune regulation, and improved mineral uptake, including magnesium, calcium, and vitamin D, all of which are critical for both muscle and bone health. If you can, choose full-fat Greek yogurt, as the natural fat helps absorb fat-soluble vitamins like vitamin D and K, which support calcium metabolism and help direct calcium into your bones instead of your arteries. For those who are lactose intolerant, Greek yogurt is often still well tolerated due to its lower lactose content, and many lactose-free varieties are now widely available. Wondering when to eat it? Try a bowl of Greek yogurt 30 minutes after light exercise, or pair it with fruit and a sprinkle of pumpkin seeds for a muscle-nourishing breakfast or evening snack. It's a small step, but a powerful one, because sometimes the quietest foods bring the strongest support. And if you've already made Greek yogurt a part of your routine, let us know in the comments how you enjoy it best, with honey, berries, or just on its own. Your ideas might help someone else discover their new favorite way to feel stronger. From the creamy strength of Greek yogurt, we now move to something green, earthy, and deeply healing. A food that has nourished generations and continues to quietly protect our bones and muscles with every bite. Let's talk about kale. Often called a superfood, kale is far more than just a trend. For those in their 60s, 70s, or beyond, this dark leafy green offers a rare combination of highly absorbable calcium, vitamin K, and anti-inflammatory compounds, all of which play a direct role in keeping your legs stable, your posture upright, and your movements confident. Let's start with calcium, the mineral most often associated with strong bones, but just as essential for healthy muscles. Every time a muscle contracts, calcium rushes into the cell to trigger that movement. And for the muscle to relax again, calcium must exit in a timely way. If calcium is deficient or not properly utilized, that cycle becomes disrupted. Muscles may cramp, tighten, or feel fatigued without warning. What makes kale stand out is not just how much calcium it contains, about 180 milligrams per cup of cooked kale, but how easily the body absorbs it. Unlike spinach, which is high in oxalates, compounds that bind to calcium and reduces absorption, kale is naturally low in oxalates, allowing your body to access and use its calcium more efficiently. In fact, studies have shown that calcium from kale can be absorbed at rates over 50%, which is even higher than some dairy sources. But calcium doesn't work alone. It needs a guide, and that's where vitamin K comes in. Vitamin K activates special proteins that help direct calcium into the right places, your bones and your muscles, and keeps it out of the wrong places, like arteries and soft tissues. A single cup of kale provides over 800% of your recommended daily intake of vitamin K, making it one of the most concentrated natural sources available. This is incredibly important for people taking medications like corticosteroids or anyone recovering from injuries that limit movement. Without enough vitamin K, the body struggles to build and maintain the connective structures that hold your legs steady. Kale also contains modest but meaningful amounts of magnesium and potassium, giving it a well-rounded profile for preventing cramps, supporting nerve function, and helping blood vessels remain open and flexible. And while its fiber and antioxidants help regulate blood sugar and inflammation, both of which affect how well your muscles recover, what truly sets kale apart is its flexibility in the kitchen. If raw kale feels too tough or bitter, try gently massaging it with olive oil and lemon juice. Just a few minutes can break down its fibers and bring out a softer, sweeter flavor. It's also delicious lightly steamed or added in the last few minutes to soups and stews to preserve its nutrients while softening its texture. For those with dental issues or difficulty chewing, blending kale into smoothies with banana and Greek yogurt creates a nourishing drink that's easy to digest and full of leg-loving nutrients. And one gentle note, if you're on blood thinners like warfarin, be sure to talk to your doctor before drastically increasing your intake of vitamin K-rich foods. The goal is balance, not restriction. So if your legs have been feeling less steady or you've noticed more stiffness in your knees, adding a few servings of kale each week could offer quiet but steady support from the inside out. And if you already enjoy kale in your meals, I'd love to hear how you prepare it. Feel free to share your favorite recipe in the comments, because sometimes just one idea can help someone else take that healthy next step. From leafy greens rich in calcium and vitamin K, we now turn to something that speaks to both tradition and healing. A warm, nourishing remedy passed down through generations. I'm talking about bone broth, a time-honored food that has quietly supported joint health, muscle recovery, and connective tissue repair for centuries. And for older adults looking to strengthen not just their muscles, but the entire structure that holds those muscles in place, bone broth is nothing short of a natural gift. So what makes it so special? When bones are simmered slowly, ideally for 12 to 24 hours, they release a collection of powerful compounds that are often missing from modern diets. Chief among them is collagen, the most abundant protein in the human body. Collagen forms the foundation of ligaments, tendons, cartilage, and the fascia that wraps around your muscles. And as we age, our natural collagen production declines significantly, leading to joint stiffness, slower muscle recovery, and that familiar creaky feeling in the knees or hips. But when you consume collagen from bone broth, your body breaks it down into amino acids like glycine, proline, and arginine, the exact building blocks your body uses to rebuild and strengthen connective tissues. In fact, research has shown that regular intake of collagen peptides can improve tendon flexibility, joint comfort, and overall mobility, particularly in older adults and those with limited activity. Bone broth also contains gelatin, which helps retain moisture within joint tissues, keeping them lubricated and more resistant to friction-related wear. For muscles, this means less stiffness, smoother movement, and a lower chance of injury during daily activities. But the benefits don't stop there. Bone broth is naturally rich in calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, and potassium, all in forms that are highly bioavailable, meaning they're easy for the body to absorb and use, even in those with sensitive digestion. These minerals help maintain strong bones, steady nerve signals, and proper muscle contraction, a trio essential for stable, confident movement. Another key component found in bone broth is glucosamine and chondroitin, two compounds that support joint health and are often taken as supplements. But here, they come in their natural food-based form, more easily recognized and integrated by your body. To get the most from your broth, try making it at home using a mix of bones with joints and marrow, like knuckles, feet, or neck bones. Add a splash of apple cider vinegar to the water before simmering. This helps draw the minerals out of the bones and into the broth. Cook it low and slow, at least 12 hours for poultry bones and 24 for beef. If making it from scratch isn't an option, high-quality store-bought bone broth, especially frozen or refrigerated types with minimal additives, can also provide many of the same benefits. Try sipping it warm on its own or using it as a base for soups, stews, or cooking grains. And for those managing joint discomfort or recovering from injury, 1 to 2 cups per day can make a noticeable difference over time. Bone broth is quiet nourishment. It doesn't make headlines, but it works deep within, helping your muscles and bones stay resilient, flexible, and connected. And if you've never tried making bone broth before, maybe this is the week to give it a go. Start small. Simmer a pot. Let it fill your home with warmth and see how your body responds. When you do, let us know how it goes in the comments, because these old remedies are often the ones that bring new strength. And your experience might just bring someone else the comfort they've been searching for. Supporting your bones, joints, and connective tissues lays the groundwork for strong, steady movement. But even with a solid frame, there's one more piece that holds it all together: your muscles. Because as we age, our bodies naturally begin to lose muscle mass, a process known as sarcopenia. And when muscles shrink or weaken, balance falters, steps become less certain, and even small daily tasks can feel like a challenge. That's why our next group of foods focuses on rebuilding and preserving muscle strength. Not just to avoid weakness or fatigue, but to help you stay active, independent, and confident in every step you take. Let's begin with a quiet powerhouse that's been on breakfast plates for generations: the egg. For generations, eggs have been a breakfast staple. But beyond their simplicity lies a nutritional profile uniquely suited to support muscle growth and maintenance, especially in the second half of life, when our bodies need it most. Each egg contains about 6 to 7 grams of high-quality protein, complete with all 9 essential amino acids. Among them, one stands out in particular: leucine, a key amino acid that acts like a spark plug for muscle protein synthesis, the process by which your body repairs and builds muscle tissue. And here's something important to know. As we age, our muscles become less responsive to protein. What this means is that older adults need more protein, and better quality protein, to trigger the same muscle-building response that younger bodies do effortlessly. Eggs, with their perfect amino acid profile, deliver exactly that. But there's more to this little powerhouse. The egg yolk, often unfairly criticized in the past, is actually a treasure trove of nutrients for aging muscles and nerves. It contains vitamin D in the form of D3, the most bioavailable form, which plays a critical role in muscle strength, coordination, and balance. Low vitamin D levels have been linked to muscle weakness, increased fall risk, and delayed recovery after injury. Yolks also provide vitamin B12, essential for maintaining healthy nerve function and preventing neuromuscular degeneration. And then there's choline, a lesser-known nutrient that supports the integrity of muscle cell membranes and helps ensure that signals from your brain reach your muscles effectively and without delay. If you've been avoiding eggs because of cholesterol concerns, it may be time to reconsider. Current research has shown that for most people, especially older adults, eggs do not significantly raise the risk of heart disease and may even improve the ratio of good to bad cholesterol when eaten as part of a balanced diet. When it comes to preparation, soft-boiled or poached eggs are best. These methods preserve more of the delicate nutrients, especially the fat-soluble vitamins and choline. Try enjoying 2 eggs at breakfast alongside some sautéed spinach or sweet potatoes, a meal that delivers both muscle-building protein and the minerals needed to keep cramps at bay. Or if nighttime cramps are your challenge, consider adding eggs to your evening meal. The steady stream of amino acids while you sleep may help support overnight muscle repair, giving you a smoother, more restful night. For those who are plant-based or cannot consume eggs, similar benefits can be found in foods like tempeh, lentils, or whey protein, though the amino acid profile may differ. And if you've already made eggs a part of your routine, wonderful. But if not, maybe tomorrow morning is the perfect time to crack one open and give your muscles the support they deserve. If you found this helpful, I'd love for you to like this video. It lets us know we're on the right track. Feel free to share it with a friend or loved one who might benefit too. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel so you don't miss the rest of this series on foods that protect and restore strength as we age. Now let's turn to another source of strength, one that swims quietly beneath the surface, rich in the fats, proteins, and healing compounds that aging muscles crave. Let's talk about salmon. This remarkable fish offers a rare combination of high-quality protein, anti-inflammatory omega-3 fatty acids, and vitamin D, a trio of nutrients that directly support muscle maintenance, nerve communication, and recovery as we age. Let's start with the protein. A 4-ounce serving of wild-caught salmon delivers about 22 to 25 grams of complete protein. But more importantly, this protein is naturally combined with healthy fats, especially EPA and DHA, 2 forms of omega-3 fatty acids that play a crucial role in reducing inflammation in muscle and connective tissue. Why does that matter? Because chronic low-grade inflammation is one of the silent drivers behind age-related muscle loss. It slows recovery, weakens muscle contractions, and interferes with the signals that tell your body to build, instead of break down, lean tissue. Omega-3s help calm that inflammation, restoring the body's ability to preserve and repair muscle, especially after physical effort or injury. Research from the Journal of Clinical Nutrition shows that older adults who regularly consume omega-3 rich foods like salmon experience greater gains in muscle mass and strength, even without intense exercise, simply because the body becomes more efficient at rebuilding itself. But salmon doesn't stop at protein and omega-3s. It's also one of the best natural sources of vitamin D, a nutrient that, as we've touched on before, supports both muscle function and balance. Just 1 serving of salmon provides over 500 IU of vitamin D, helping fill a gap that affects nearly 80% of adults over the age of 65, especially during the winter months or for those who spend less time in direct sunlight. And if you've been concerned about mercury, here's something reassuring. Wild-caught salmon, particularly smaller species like sockeye and pink salmon, tend to have very low mercury levels while still offering all the essential nutrients your body needs. When it comes to preparation, salmon is as flexible as it is flavorful. Try it baked with lemon and herbs, poached gently in olive oil, or grilled alongside vegetables. Avoid frying at high heat, as this can damage the delicate omega-3s and reduce the anti-inflammatory benefits. For those who don't enjoy the taste of fish, marinating salmon in citrus juice, ginger, or garlic can help soften its flavor while adding extra antioxidants to your meal. And if fresh salmon isn't always accessible, canned wild salmon is a budget-friendly option that still delivers many of the same benefits. Just look for options packed in water or olive oil with minimal added salt. Including salmon once or twice a week may be one of the most nourishing habits you can adopt, not just for your muscles, but for your heart, your brain, and your overall vitality. So if you've been putting off trying fish, consider this your sign to give it another chance, not as a chore, but as a gift to your future self. And if this part of the video has sparked ideas for your next meal or helped you think differently about how food fuels your strength, let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear what you're planning or what works for you. And if you haven't already, don't forget to like this video, share it with someone you care about, and subscribe to the channel for more simple, science-backed ways to stay strong, steady, and well. At every age, Building and maintaining strong muscles is essential, but strength alone isn't enough. Because for your legs to move freely, with ease and confidence, your body also needs healthy blood flow, clear communication between nerves and muscles, and an internal environment free from chronic inflammation. That's why in this next group, we'll focus on foods that enhance circulation, reduce muscle soreness, and calm the inflammation that quietly weakens the body over time. Let's shift gears for a moment. We've talked about building strength, about protein, muscle, and staying upright as the years go by. But what happens between those muscles matters just as much, because even the strongest legs can feel heavy, tight, or sluggish if circulation is poor or inflammation is quietly building beneath the surface. That's where tart cherries come in. These small, ruby red fruits pack a surprisingly big punch when it comes to supporting blood flow, muscle recovery, and restful sleep. 3 things your legs absolutely need if you want to move freely and wake up feeling refreshed. So how do they work? Tart cherries are rich in anthocyanins, powerful plant compounds that act as natural anti-inflammatories. They work much like over-the-counter pain relievers, but without the side effects that can irritate the stomach or raise blood pressure, which is especially important for older adults. Research from the Oregon Health and Science University found that just 8 to 12 ounces of tart cherry juice per day can significantly reduce markers of muscle inflammation, shorten recovery time, and even improve mobility in older adults with chronic muscle soreness. But that's not all. Tart cherries are also a natural source of melatonin, the hormone your body uses to regulate sleep-wake cycles. And better sleep means better muscle repair. If you've ever noticed that cramps or restlessness are worse on nights when you sleep poorly, tart cherries may be the missing link. So when's the best time to enjoy them? Try splitting your daily serving into 2 parts, half about an hour before physical activity and the other half an hour before bedtime. This not only boosts performance and circulation during the day, but also prepares your body for deeper recovery overnight. Prefer food over juice? That's fine too. You can use frozen tart cherries in smoothies, cook them into oatmeal, or mix them with Greek yogurt for a delicious anti-inflammatory snack. Just note that to get the same benefits, you'll need about a full cup of frozen cherries per day, or 2 tablespoons of juice concentrate mixed with water. And if you're concerned about sugar, especially if you have diabetes or insulin resistance, there's good news. Tart cherries have a lower glycemic load than most people expect, especially when consumed with fat or protein. You can also explore tart cherry extract in capsule form, though some studies suggest that the whole food, or juice, works better due to the synergy of active compounds. Have you ever tried tart cherry juice? Maybe you've added it to your evening routine without even realizing how much it helps. If so, I'd love to hear about it. Drop a quick comment below, even just a yes or a cherry emoji. And let's see how many of us are already using this sweet little secret for stronger legs and better sleep. And of course, if you're finding this video helpful, a quick like goes a long way in helping others discover it. Sharing this video with someone who needs it might be the encouragement they didn't know they were waiting for. And if you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel so you never miss another tip on how to feel stronger, steadier, and more in control with each passing year. Now from sweet and tart to juicy and hydrating, our next food tackles one of the most common but least talked about causes of leg cramps and fatigue: dehydration. After the powerful anti-inflammatory benefits of tart cherries, we now arrive at a food that's as refreshing as it is essential, especially when it comes to preventing cramps and boosting circulation. Let's talk about watermelon. Often seen as a simple summer treat, watermelon is actually a hydration powerhouse, made up of over 92% water, along with a unique mix of electrolytes, amino acids, and natural sugars that make it far more effective than water alone when it comes to supporting tired, overworked legs. Here's why this matters. Dehydration is one of the most overlooked causes of muscle cramps, especially in older adults. As we age, our sense of thirst naturally decreases. We may not feel thirsty, even when the body is already running low on fluids. Add to that medications like diuretics, or just hot weather, and the body can easily become electrically unbalanced, which means the muscles don't receive the signals they need to function properly. That's when cramps strike. Watermelon helps correct that imbalance in 3 powerful ways. First, is rich in potassium and magnesium, 2 electrolytes we've already learned are essential for muscle contraction and relaxation. But more interestingly, watermelon is one of the best natural sources of an amino acid called L-citrulline. L-citrulline plays a direct role in widening blood vessels, improving circulation, and delivering oxygen-rich blood to your muscles. In fact, studies from the University of Exeter have shown that L-citrulline from watermelon can reduce post-exercise muscle soreness by up to 40%, especially when consumed before physical activity. Even more surprising, the white part of the watermelon rind, which most people discard, contains the highest concentration of L-citrulline. You can slice off the green skin and blend the white inner rind into smoothies for an extravascular boost. Another reason watermelon stands out is that it has a low glycemic load, meaning it won't spike your blood sugar in the way many expect. Thanks to its high water content, this makes it a safe, cooling option even for those managing blood sugar levels, especially when paired with protein or healthy fats. How to enjoy it? Simple. Cut it fresh. Eat it at room temperature to help your digestive system absorb nutrients more efficiently, and aim for 2 cups per day, especially after walking, gardening, or light exercise. For a fun variation, try blending it with mint and lime into a chilled drink, or add it to a salad with a pinch of sea salt to restore electrolytes quickly. And here's something small you can try tonight. If you often get nighttime leg cramps, eat a cup of watermelon about an hour before bed. Dehydration, potassium, and L-citrulline can help relax your muscles and improve blood flow as you sleep, reducing the likelihood of being jolted awake by a sudden cramp. If you've ever used watermelon as part of your recovery routine, or even if you just love the way it makes you feel, share your experience in the comments. An emoji works too. And if you're finding this series helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so we can continue bringing you science-backed, real-life solutions that help you stay strong and independent at any age. Next, we'll turn to something unexpected. Small, pungent, and powerful. A food that stimulates blood flow, warms the body from within, and quietly reduces inflammation in the deepest tissues. From the juicy hydration of watermelon, we now arrive at something smaller, sharper, and far more powerful than its size suggests. Let's talk about garlic, a natural healer, circulation booster, and quiet defender of your muscles, joints, and nerves. For thousands of years, garlic has been used in traditional medicine to warm the body, purify the blood, and reduce internal inflammation. Today, modern science is confirming what ancient wisdom always knew. Garlic is a powerful ally for anyone looking to improve circulation and support muscle function, especially in the legs. So what exactly makes it so special? Garlic contains a unique sulfur compound called allicin, formed when garlic is chopped, crushed, or chewed. Allicin helps to relax and widen blood vessels, improving blood flow throughout the body. This is especially helpful for the legs, which are often the first to suffer when circulation slows due to age, sedentary habits, or cardiovascular issues. Better circulation means more oxygen and nutrients reach your muscle fibers, while waste products like lactic acid are cleared more efficiently. This not only reduces that heavy, fatigued feeling in your legs, but also lowers your risk of cramping, numbness, and cold feet. Issues many older adults experience, often without realizing they're circulation related. But garlic's benefits go deeper than blood flow. It's also a natural anti-inflammatory, helping to soothe the micro-inflammations that silently wear down joint tissues and nerve endings over time. Studies have shown that regular garlic intake can reduce levels of C-reactive protein, CRP, a key marker of chronic inflammation in the body. Even more impressively, garlic supports vascular health by helping reduce plaque buildup in arteries and by lowering blood pressure slightly and naturally, all of which support healthier movement and better muscle coordination, especially in the lower body. How to use it? The most powerful way to benefit from garlic is to consume it raw or lightly cooked. Crushing a clove and letting it sit for 5 to 10 minutes before use helps activate the allicin. You can swallow a crushed clove with a spoon of honey, mix minced garlic into salad dressings, or gently saute it with vegetables like kale or spinach to enhance flavor and medicinal value. If raw garlic feels too strong, try roasting a whole bulb in the oven until it turns soft and sweet. Spread it on whole grain toast or mix into mashed sweet potatoes. Delicious, comforting, and healing. For those who prefer supplements, aged garlic extract can be a gentle alternative, but whenever possible, whole food forms are preferred for their synergistic effects. And if your legs often feel cold or heavy, especially during the colder months, adding garlic to your daily routine may bring a quiet warmth and lightness back into your step. If garlic is already a part of your meals, let us know your favorite way to enjoy it in the comments. A simple recipe, a family tip. Anything you share might just help someone else fall in love with this tiny giant of health. And of course, if you're finding these insights helpful, go ahead and click the like button, share this video with someone who needs it, and subscribe if you haven't already. That way, you'll never miss another tip on how to move better, feel stronger, and age on your own terms, with vitality and peace of mind. Now we've covered foods that nourish your body day by day. But what happens when a cramp strikes suddenly, in the middle of the night or while walking? We've walked through powerful foods that help prevent discomfort, improve circulation, and reduce inflammation over time, the kind of quiet support your legs feel day after day. But what about those moments that come suddenly? The sharp cramp in the middle of the night, the tight pull during a morning walk, the jolt that stops you mid-step. That's when you need something immediate, a fast, natural remedy that tells your muscles release now. In this final group, we'll explore one surprising kitchen item that works within seconds to stop a cramp in its tracks. Let's discover the unexpected emergency power of yellow mustard. Seemingly just a simple spice, yellow mustard is actually a great emergency solution for sudden cramps, especially at night. You've probably experienced it before. You're sleeping and suddenly wake up to a sharp pain in your calf. Your leg feels like it's being squeezed, unable to move. At times like these, all you need is something that can make the pain stop immediately. And that's where yellow mustard comes in. Unlike other preventative foods, mustard works on an immediate neuromechanism. It contains acetic acid from vinegar, crushed mustard seeds, and turmeric, curcumin. These substances, when taken orally, activate the TRPV1 nerve receptors located in the mouth and throat. When these receptors are stimulated, they send a special signal to the central nervous system, helping to interrupt the erroneous impulses that are causing muscle contractions. Put simply, yellow mustard sends a new signal to the brain, cutting off the reflex that is causing the muscle to tighten, thereby helping the muscle to relax quickly. Many people report feeling the effects within 60 to 90 seconds of use. In addition, the turmeric in mustard also contains curcumin, an active ingredient with strong anti-inflammatory properties, helping to soothe irritated muscles. Although the magnesium in mustard seeds is small, it also helps to relax muscle fibers after a spasm. How to use is extremely simple. When there are signs of cramps, or as soon as the muscle contraction begins, eat a spoonful of pure yellow mustard, about 5 ml. You can swallow it directly, or if the taste is too strong, mix it with a little honey or warm water to make it easier to use. Note, the best effect is to use it as soon as the pain starts, before it reaches high intensity. Many people even keep small packets of mustard in their handbags, nightstands, or drawers, just in case they need it in a pinch, especially those who suffer from cramps while sleeping. Of course, mustard is not a substitute for regular nutrition. It is like an emergency stop button. It helps you get out of pain quickly, while mineral-rich, anti-inflammatory foods create a long-term foundation. If you tried mustard for cramps or are thinking about trying it after watching this video, leave a comment below sharing your thoughts. Just the word effective or a emoji is enough to inspire others.